Welcome to Jesus Yoga. Thank you for practicing with me today. Today we're going to do a slow vinyasa flow class, but we're going to still have some challenging elements. We're just not moving that fast. We still have going to come as our peak pose, Eka Pada Koundinyasana. And you can do that in steps. And we're just going to flow. We're going to do some balancing poses. We're going to open up our chest. It's really our entire body is flowing and moving today, just a little bit in a slower pace. I hope you enjoy this class on my balcony. God bless you, and we start in a child's pose. Hello, today we're gonna dive right in. We're gonna start in a child's pose. Just relaxing your forehead down on the floor, having your arms by your side, and you can sway from side to side just a little bit. Breathing. Big inhale. Big exhale, arriving on your mat. Letting it go. Breathing. Slowly rise up, and let's do some cat-cows. Just sitting on your legs. Inhale, chest puffs up. You don't have to draw your neck back, but just look up. You can stay also neutral. Really puff up your chest and then round your chest. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now engage your arms. Take back your arms, interlacing behind your back. Drop your chest. And exhale, interlace your hands in front and draw them forward. Inhale. Big inhale. Interlacing your fingers up. Exhale to the front. Deep breaths. Inhale. And to the back, opening up your chest. And back. One more time. Inhale, up. Lift up your arms and come to a side body stretch. Try to straighten up your arms. Try to keep your hips leveled and your shoulders open and relaxed. One more deep inhale. Then rise up, stretch up, really grow tall, and stretch to the other side. Keep your shoulders away from the ears, nicely relaxed and open. One more deep breath. Exhale. Deep inhale. Look up, grow tall, shoulders away from the ears. Engage your core, lift up, and exhale. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Now you can stay here and just keep on lifting the chest up. If you feel ready for it, come as close with your forehead to your knees as you can, and then maybe you lift the arms, and maybe you lift up your butt up and stay here. Don't press, just let gravity do the work. Draw on your belly. Breathe. Inhale, lift up. Lift up your chest one more time. Wiggle maybe from side to side, loosening up everything, and then place your hands into your lap. Inhale. Exhale. Out of your mouth. One more time. Inhale. out of your mouth. Exhale. Now placing your hands onto the floor, fingers wide apart, and draw your knuckles a little bit to the floor. And let's come into downward facing dog. Bending one knee and the other knee, really finding length in your back, strong arms pushing back. Just walk out the dog. And then bending both knees and really finding length here in your back. And then maybe coming with your heels to the floor, but you don't have to. Big inhale, big exhale. Like wave, come forward, rounding your back into the plank. And then, like in the cow, draw back. One more time. Forward, all the way forward into your hands, plank. And then, like in the cow pose, draw yourself back, rounding your back forward. And this time, you drop your knees, but hover it above the floor. Engage your core and draw back. One more time. Rounding your back forward, hold that plank, dropping your knees, hover, and downward facing dog. Come forward, plank. Now knees, chest, chin, or forehead. You can also do this. Breathe, hold it here, engage your core, and go through into a cobra pose. Elbows are drawing back. Shoulder blades are drawing together. Lift with your upper back. You can lift up your arms and check that you're really engaging your back muscles. And then placing your hands down on the floor. Maybe you come a little bit deeper and a little higher, maybe even into an upward facing dog. Otherwise, stay in the cobra. And then draw back, child's pose. Fingers in front, come to the fingertips. Really lengthening out your arms. Now slither forward, keeping your elbows close to your body. Draw through into a cobra pose. One more time, holding it here, lengthening out your legs as much as you can. Breathe. One more time, come up, upward facing dog if you can, and look over right shoulder, left shoulder, and child's pose. Arms long, come onto the fingertips. One more time, draw close to the floor, engaging your core muscle, and come into a low cobra. Really, really lengthening your legs as far back as you can. Upward facing dog. Child's pose. And then draw back into a downward facing dog. Lift up your right leg towards the sky, really lengthening it. See that your hips stay leveled. Lengthen the leg a little bit longer, then bend your knee. Knee pointing towards the sky. And then start big circles in one direction and the other direction. Find your own pace. Lengthening out your leg one more time, and then step it through lightly. Come up, low lunge. Both hips are pointing, facing forward, so you may have to adjust. Breathe. Stay here with your arms or lift them up. Stay here, or if you feel strong today, rise up, high lunge. Heel is really drawing back. Maybe look up. Lots of length in all directions. Having your hands in front of your heart, drop that knee, and wherever you are, we're all going together through vinyasa. Step back. Now, knees chest chin or chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra. Go through a long arm child's pose into a downward facing dog. Lift up your left leg. Really find the length here a little bit more. Hips are leveled. And then opening up the knee towards the sky. And then start circling that leg in one direction. Breathing, still having length in your arms, in your back. And then into the other direction. Mobilizing the hip. And then finding length one more time, really lengthening. And looking forward, lightly placing your leg forward. Now align your hip, all facing forward. And dropping, relaxing. Stay here or lift up your arms. Lots of length upward. Shoulders away from the ears. Loosening up your head. And if you feel strong, come to a lift off, high lunge. Lots of strength and length. Hands in front of your heart, slowly dropping that leg. And we're all going through a vinyasa together. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. Child's pose, long arms. And into a downward facing dog. Lengthening out that leg, right leg, one more time. Breathing here. And then lightly stepping through one more time. Coming into the lunge position. Stay here. Or grab the left wrist and come into side body stretch. Make sure you're not closing off your body. You're keeping it open. The left hip is still facing forward though. Lots of length upward. And then come to the middle, look up one more time. Having your hands in front of your heart. Getting your left toes onto the floor. Lift up and then come into warrior two. Hold it here. Lots of length. Shoulders away from the ears. Open up your right palm. Come forward. Hold the position here, really engaging your core. Really drawing down into the left leg. And then side body stretch. Peaceful warrior. Warrior two. And now turn into the high lunge again. Maybe having your hands on your hips. Maybe lifting them up one more time. And then having your hands in front of your heart again. Come into warrior 3. You can have your fingertips onto the floor or just the index finger or hands in front of your heart. Hold. Try to come up and lift the knee up and put the left knee on top of the right leg. And then bending your right leg, keeping your back straight and your core engaged. Lots of strength in your leg. Straighten the leg and then come into a tree pose. Maybe helping your leg up a little bit. And come into a tree pose. Hold. Having your hands in front of your heart, step back to warrior 1. So having a little bit the foot angled out in the back and lift up. Hands in front of your heart, having your hands down on the floor and go through a vinyasa or shortly into a child's pose. Upward facing dog into the child's pose with extended arms. Push yourself back into a downward facing dog. Breathe. One more time, inhale through the nose. Exhale through your mouth. Left leg draws up. And step it forward, placing the right knee down on the floor, opening up your chest, raising your arms, maybe grabbing the right arm and opening up to the side. Finding length, shoulder away from the ears. Lift up to the middle. Hands in front of your heart and see that you can find lots of strength coming into warrior 2. Lots of length here. Shoulders relax. Really firm in your legs, but soft in your face. Left palm up, come forward and hold, engaging your core. And then draw back, peaceful warrior. Warrior 2. Hands in front of your heart, come into a high lunge. I hope you're ready for a lift off. So we come into warrior 3. It's a little bit tight for me, so I have to turn a little bit. You can have your fingertips onto the floor or in front of your heart. Lots of length. Step back, warrior 1. Foot a little bit angled out and lift up your arms. And come through a vinyasa. Chaturanga, cobra or upward facing dog. Into the child's pose, this time hands to the back. Relax for a second. Placing your hands in front and leg at the beginning, we draw through, slither through into a cobra pose. This time, we're interlacing our fingers behind our back, really lifting up. Feet are on the floor, all 10 toes on the floor. You can look down, come into a total lift off. Legs lifted. Keep lifting your legs and your arms. And drop them just for a second. Toes together, and you can swing out your hip a little bit, wiggling from side to side. Now repeat this, or grab your ankles and come into a bow pose. Really, your legs are wanting to pull your arms away, and your arms are wanting to move forward. Just a little bit higher. Lift up. One more deep breath. And relax. Upward facing dog into a child's pose. Fingertips onto the fingertips. Draw the arms close to your body. Slither through cobra pose. Upward facing dog into the child's pose with the extended arms. Into a downward facing dog. Relax your head. Lift up your right leg all the way, finding more length and coming into a low lunge. One more time, come up, leveling out your hips, and draw your leg back. Have splits. Make sure that your small toe is facing you and it's not pointing to the side. Maybe you want to stay here or go deeper and just fold forward. Coming forward, lifting up, high lunge. Placing your hands down on the floor, come onto the inside of your legs, and then draw the knee over your shoulder. Stay here or lift off the right leg, and you can keep the back leg onto the floor and really hold the pose here, or come forward. Eka Pada Koundinyasana. Hold it and draw back. Upward facing dog into a downward facing dog. Lift up your leg. Step forward. One more time, come up. And then draw both arms to the inside of the leg. You can always stay here in lizard if the other pose is too much. I need to slide over, otherwise I will not have enough room. Now backpack the leg on top of the shoulder and lift the leg off, and you can keep that back leg on the floor or lift. Eka Pada Koundinyasana. Hold and draw it back. Upward facing dog into a downward facing dog. Stepping the right leg forward and then lifting the right leg on top of the left leg because we forgot that part. And we're going to do it now. Don't worry, I got you. Hold the pose here. Lots of length and strength. Straighten the left leg. The right leg comes into a tree pose. Maybe drawing up your arms. Nice balance. Slowly setting down your leg and come into a forward fold. Exhaling through your mouth. Relaxing, maybe taking opposite shoulders and swaying from side to side. Preparation pose. So lengthen your back. Maybe your hands are on your calves or on the floor. And one more time, forward fold. Now bend your knees, come into a chair pose. Really coming deeply down. So first, you come with your fingertips onto the floor, knees are bent, and the toes are a little bit lifted. So all the weight is back into the heels. And then you draw up your arms and stay here. Let those legs burn. And then maybe without using the hands, you come further down very slowly. And then sit down, boat pose. You can bend your knees. You can have them straight. Lift up a little bit more the back. And feet together. Come into butterfly pose. Maybe just bounce them up and down and just loosening up everything. And then come one more time into the pose. So either bend knees or straight knees. No matter if you here or here, draw onto your calves and see if you come into the forward fold. And you need lots of core strength to hold this. Now, keep your legs where they are and try to take your hands off. Smile. And then come into Pada Koundinyasana. And this time we're forward folding. You can have your hands on the inside of your legs. Mine are so open that I can just draw forward. But sometimes it still helps even if I'm open with that I can draw back my legs just a little bit here. I'm pushing down and then relaxing into it. Now, we're going to strengthen the core one more time. We're going to come up one more time. Shavasana. And then slowly as you can, lay down. Don't drop the legs, don't drop the upper body. Good. And don't put them down. Stay with the right leg lifted. Draw down your lower back and keep your left leg up here. You can always bend the knee as well. Hands behind your head, look up. Lift it or point it, it doesn't matter. But don't draw the knee too close into the body because you want to work your core. Stay lifted. Lift up the right leg and now lower the left one. You just scoot over. You can bend your upper knee. Breathe. Draw the lower back into the mat. Lift up one more time. Great job having your hands onto the legs or here and come up. Straighten up your legs one more time if you can. If you want to, smile. And one more time, laying down. And this time, you can draw on your knees. Deep breaths. Happy baby pose. And just rock from side to side, loosening up the hips, the back. And then straightening out the right leg, left leg comes over. Nice laying twist. If you prefer a different laying twist, then do that. Do whatever feels good to you. Lift up, move your hips maybe over to the other side and come into the twist on the other side. Come into the middle and just windshield wipe the legs from side to side, loosening up any tensions that you might still have in your hips, in your back. And then let's come into Shavasana. Take up some space. Letting go, surrendering everything unto God. Just letting go. You can stay longer if you like, or you slowly can come back with me, drawing up your arms and stretching out your arms and your legs very long. And then drawing in your knees into your chest. Either roll to the side and come sitting up, or roll up and down a couple times and join me. Take your time. We're meeting in a seated position. laying your hands into your lap, sitting up nice and tall, surrendering your life to God, everything that you are, everything that you will face, the joys, the sorrows, the past, future, and the present. Maybe have something that you would like to surrender. This one thing that is bothering you today, that is on your heart, on your mind. Surrender it now. And surrendering means letting go. Slowly flatter your eyes open, and the upper body rolls like we always do. Isolating the upper body and then making the circles bigger and bigger, involving the hips, loosening up any tensions from the back yet. And come into side body stretch onto the right side. Keep the shoulder away from the ear, but are also not closed but open. You can keep your head neutral or looking forward. If you have it neutral, look down and then slowly draw the left arm down until the floor to feel the stretch in the neck. Then switching the sides, placing the other foot in front. Start circling the small circles to the other side. Small circles. And then start making them bigger. And maybe even more big. But stay loose, don't tense up again. And then come into the side body stretch on the left. Keep your arm by your ear, shoulders away from the ear. Keep your head neutral or look down. If you have it neutral, look down now and slowly draw that right arm down until you touch the floor for the nice neck stretch. Sit up nice and tall. Let's inhale, lift up your arms. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. One more time. And hands in front of your heart. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope this was relaxing to you and hope you join me soon again for another class. God bless you.